Hi everyone, welcome to Toy Vet episode 15. This is the show where I look at upcoming toy releases. I have a list here of toys we're going to look at. I've seen these toys, saw that they were something I would take a closer look at. Instead of taking the closer look, I put them on this list. I take the closer look here with you live for the most part. Alright, let's get started. Alright, I see right away that we looked at these a week or two ago. So we won't go over these again. They're really cool though. Hopefully I'm not repeating myself too much here. Let's see. Okay. I'm not accidentally on the wrong week or anything like that. Doesn't look like. Um so here we have Meccano Meow Koi. It's a robotic cat. Where does the fishtail come in? It's a robotic cat and it has a fishtail, which is why it's Meow Koi, I suppose. Has a cool color scheme. Why is it $400? Guess because there's only 5 of them. And maybe it was an exclusive to this design exhibition, so maybe Strange Cat just picked one up. That's very expensive for the size. Um, hmm. It's very cool, but I'm not totally into it, and that's super expensive. Actually, how big is it? 18.6. 7 inches tall, which is kind of big. I don't know if you can hear, I like to pull out my ruler when I'm thinking about these things. So, 7 inches tall is pretty big, but it's not massively huge. It's $400. That's crazy. Looks like this might be a related one, and I want to take a look at this and this too, just for fun. These aren't on our list, but we'll take a look. So that's not going on my list. Meow Koi Orange. This is the same figure, but it has like ruffling to it. Is it also $400? I didn't even look. This one's only $145. It's the same size. It's actually slightly bigger. The other one is made out of resin. Maybe it's some kind of special edition, but this is more on par with what it should cost, definitely. Still, I'm not interested in it. This is Mr. Brain Koi. It's a brain inside a jellyfish looking thing. Kind of cool, but not super into it. Macaron Zoo by Sky Toy. Kind of interesting, but I'm not into it. I'm always like I always say I'm into food toys, but I know on the show I've shown a ton of food toys and then said that I don't like them. And that's kind of the case here. I wonder what this one's supposed to be. Just looks like a ghost. Yeah. I guess I like cool food toys. Alright, let me just go back to this real quick. This is... Oh, I picked the wrong one. Is this also by Lu Yao? No. But this is, right? Yeah, just curious. Okay, next. Blue and white porcelain small bowl shaved ice bear. Okay. So I think I put this on here just because I thought it was actually porcelain and I found that interesting. But I can see that it's not actually porcelain. It looks like it though, kind of. This looks like I have an old paperweight that my grandmother left to me, and it's made out of glass, or I think it's made out of glass, but it has this kind of effect on it where there's like a design and then you can see that right below the design. It's like translucent. Very cool. as you can see, this is actually made out of vinyl. I don't think I was ever really into the figure. I just found it interesting that it might be porcelain, but it's not. Um, I want to take a look at this, but I wonder if it's on our list coming up, let's say. No, it's not. So let's take a look at this. We're doing a little on off the cuff browsing tonight, which is good. Yummy Bear Ice Cream, Yummy Bear Ice Cream by Sky Toy. I wonder if that's really the name of this thing. It's kind of cool. I don't know what the point of it is though, in a way. Like, why does it have flowers in it? Strange. I feel like it would be, if it was the same concept but simpler, like without the flowers and some of the extra stuff, it would actually be cooler. Like, imagine if it was just one scoop of ice cream that was the bear's head. That would actually probably be a cooler design than this. Anyway, that wasn't even on our list. That was a little bonus. So we did that one, right? Yes. Next we have Sue Zombie Yama. This is it's kind of like a sushi ghost guy. Like a traditional Asian ghost with a weird hat. But it's a sushi or some other kind of raw fish thing with the rice for the head. It's kind of cool. Well, it's actually bigger than I thought. If it's, let's see, 12 centimeters to inches, 4.7. Oh, yeah, it's a decent size. It's almost 5 inches tall. Busting out the ruler again. Pretty cool. I actually, looking at it, it looks smaller than that. It's really 5 inches tall. That's actually a pretty cool size for this figure. But I'm not gonna put it on my list, I don't think. Let's see what's next. I'm getting I don't know if you have noticed, but I'm getting a little more picky with my list because I'm realizing I put things on there that a lot of times I'd put things on my interest list that I know I would never get, but I just think are slightly cool. These days, when I see something that's just slightly cool and I know I'll never get it, I tend to not put it on my interest list because I know I'm just going to have to call it off that list one day. So a lot of these things I enjoy looking at them. I'd love to see them in person. I would probably never buy them. They're kind of cool. They're not going on the list. The only thing going on the list is stuff I like really, really like and would definitely maybe want to get someday. So next is Keiluma Gacha series. I don't know why I have this on here necessarily. I like these two are kind of cool. Let's translate this just for fun. Okay. My Kagi trial is gone. I need to reset my default search engine to Google sometimes, so that doesn't keep happening. All right. Let's see what this says. Oh, okay. Lucky Frog plus Daruma, Keiluma. Got it. I wonder if these are... See, these seem to be like real frogs. And I wonder if these are real or fake. They could be real because there's a lot of weird frogs out there. Anyway, I would not get this. First off, I don't really even like it. I'm not sure why I put it on here. Maybe just because I thought these were cool and wanted to take a closer look. But also, a Daruma is a Buddhist thing, and I try to avoid Buddhist stuff. Being a Christian, I don't want to support Buddhist stuff, which I think is a false religion. We'll leave Google Translate up in case we need it again. Next, Cooking Zombies Gacha Series pre-order. So these are pretty cool. This guy, I don't totally get what this guy's supposed to be, but he's really cool looking. This guy's really cool. The burger is kind of cool. Yeah, he's pretty cool. That I don't know what it's supposed to be necessarily. And that I don't know what it's supposed to be necessarily. Sometimes the food stuff from Japan, it's some weird Japanese food and you don't even know what it is. So that's interesting. Let's translate this. Or sometimes it's also like a burger, but it's really weird, like they don't know what a burger is. Cannot be eaten, just so you know. These are not actual food. Okay, it's curry rice. I guess that's a curry. It looks like chocolate. It even has like sprinkles in it. This is omelet rice. Maybe it's like an egg with rice inside it that's spilling out. This is a shortcake. Okay. It's like a strawberry shortcake. So that is recognizable, actually. Hamburger. That's pretty cool. The ice cream is really cool. This whole set is actually really cool. I really like this. This is a great example of something that I am going to put on my interest list because... And it's food. Finally got a win with the food. Off the strength of this figure, this shot, this is a very good picture. Yeah, pretty cool. I would definitely possibly try to collect these someday. My budget is going down the drain in the near future. So I'm going to be getting less and less toys, but I was thinking I might try to like put just a tiny bit aside till I have enough to get, like these are $5 each to get the whole set. You theoretically just need $25. So I'm thinking about trying to set aside a couple bucks here and there and maybe get a gacha set or two throughout the year. Maybe something like that. Especially since as I've been talking about, I sort of got into toys recently with wanting to collect really big figures. Like Magnoise Toys has. But I've sort of found that I do still love those figures. I still do want to collect those figures. They're very expensive though, obviously. But I've sort of found a niche in these very small gacha figures. There's so many gacha sets out there that are super cool. Some of my favorite toys are sets like this that I've collected. So this is definitely going on my short list here, or my the interest list as I call it, which as you can see has like 142 entries on it. I'm actually going to move it up so that the count is accurate. One day I'm going to call this list. I might even do it on the air. Maybe when I go to actually buy something by saving a couple bucks here and there, maybe I'll do that. Anyway, this is high on my list. Very cool. Okay. I'm going to try to mute the audio and cough. Okay, I think I successfully did it. I don't know if you could see my mouse moving as I coughed because I held onto the mouse. You could tell I was going like... Anyway. Okay, one more thing I want to do with this. With Cooking Zombie. I'm going to look at the brand, but I'm going to turn off the video feed in case I run into anything inappropriate. Because on these... I know I do this a lot, it's probably really annoying, but the reason I do it is because I don't like to edit, and a lot of times when you go browsing these sites, you find something inappropriate. And I'd rather just not record it than have to go back and edit it. So checking out the Yell brand. They have a lot of cool gacha stuff, which I'll show you in a second, as long as everything's cool. Okay, let me turn this back on. There are no problems with this brand, really. At least nothing we have to censor. They actually have the Acorn tanks as part of their brand, which a few episodes ago I really was talking about how much I love these, and they're super high on my list. So they actually have two super high things on my list. These cats are kind of cool. I wonder if I think I looked at these or will be looking at these in an upcoming episode. They're sold out, I see. But I don't know if I would go for them anyway, but did I put them on my interest list? No, apparently not. And am I going to look at them? Holiday. No. Maybe I already did in a past episode. I think I might be changing my mind on these though. I think it would be pretty cool to like display them in this little setup. It's pretty neat. Let's translate them. I got everything on, right? Yes. Cat's Holiday Campfire Edition. Nothing special in the translation there. I'm actually going to put these on my list. This is an example of something I shouldn't put on my list probably, because I will probably not get them, but they're kind of neat. But what was I supposed to be looking at? Oh, I'm just looking at the Yell brand. These are kind of cool. I think I've looked at them before. I don't know if I looked at them on the show or just peeked at them somewhere else. We got a lot of food related stuff. Not so into that, but I got teeth. I've looked at that, but yeah, hedgehog dining, squishy bear breads. This food thing. These bags. I might have looked at that just because they're bags. I can't remember. Squishy, whatever. Weird food. Bakery thing. Let's look at this. Wiener's Life. These are all hot dogs. Are they all dogs? Yeah. It'd be cool if there were different stuff. Maybe that one's a cat. Anyway. Yell World Stuffed Toy Flower Shop. Yeah, I was wondering if this might be like different Yell brand stuff. Yell is the brand we're looking at here, if I didn't say that. Yeah. That does not appear to be like of the stuff we've looked at just now. Um this does not appear to be a bunch of different stuff from them. Like all their different gotchas in one super series of keychains or something. I want to translate this just because there's so many of them. I think it's cool when gotcha has a ton of stuff. Hmm, interesting. This is interesting. It says quantity for 400. I wonder if that's how many of these they made. That doesn't seem right though. Um, yeah, not sure what's going on there. A little bit of off the cuff browsing again. I think I've looked at these in the past. Kind of cool. Little figure. I don't think this is a pride rainbow. I think it's just a, yeah, it's a regular rainbow. It's Roy G. Biv, not a pride flag rainbow. It's a cool little figure. I'm gonna search Wee Baby and see if there's other colorways of this. There is Wee. There's three. There's, maybe this is the first one. Just green. That's a rainbow star. It's like sitting down. That's a smaller... Well, maybe it's the same one. I'm going to put this on the interest list just to keep it on my radar because it's kind of a cool figure, and the right colorway could be really cool. This color is actually pretty neat. Yeah, that was another bonus one for you. Little off-the-cuff browsing once again. Okay. Let's see where we left off. Alright. Daikyoya Collection. Hayokori Hime Washishi Gacha Series. Pre-order. At first blush, this almost looks like Book of Fantasy Creatures, which is a really cool gacha set from Sota. I don't know if this is Sota or not. Might be. But I don't think it is. This is some kind of griffin. The translation on Strange Cat would probably indicate that. Let's translate this. Princess Eagle Lion. This time, a slightly unusual god suddenly appears from afar. I find this very weird. Google Translate, like, will translate things so tiny you can't read them, and it doesn't scale like a PDF would or something, so you can't even zoom in and read it. The neck is flexible, allowing you to enjoy a variety of expressions. I think that's what it says. Transparency, cuteness spilling out of your hand, patina. Don't know. I think this is slightly too cute for its own good. Like, it almost looks like a serious figure, like Book of Fantasy Creatures. When you look at like the claws and some of the colors and stuff, but then the face is too cute. Yeah, I don't like it. But that's what they're going for apparently, because it says cuteness spilling out of your hand. So good for them, but I'm not into it. Next, Good Friend Charmy Gacha Series pre-order. This is weird. I wonder why I put this on here. This is obviously the same company that makes the mall monsters, which are really cool because at the bottom of all their little ads for their stuff, they have the ball, what it looks like, and it looks like that. Maybe I just thought it was cool that you get two little dudes in a bag. That is cool. And I like these metallic ones. These ones I don't really like so much, and the animals I don't really like so much. I wonder what this says about, do you get all these animals or something? Because this shows a mix. Let's translate. Hugely popular in Europe, Charmy-chan and her cute retro animals from Kodama Sangyo Company, which is found in 930, have been made into miniatures, complete with packaging. As a highly collectible item, we are sure will meet with great response on social media from existing fans alike. What's this say? Reproduce the packaging. Something. So, yeah, what's this? Bag of freebies with 5-piece. That's weird. I don't know how that would work. Tagged. The pipe roller goes around a smooth. I think it's cool that you get two in a little bag like this, and I'm assuming these are small, which is cool. I like the metallic one. I don't really like any of the other ones. So, I don't think I would mess with this. Although in Strange Cat, you could request the metallic one. $5, that'd be cool. I have thought before about having a collection of stuff, of gacha stuff, where I just get like one random one, or in this case, maybe one that I liked one of the set. That would be a cool collection to have, like a whole bunch of singles from gachas. As I mean, more recently, I've been collecting whole sets. It would be cool to have just one from a bunch of random gachas, but I'm not gonna mess with this. Junk Foodies Gacha series. I saw this down here when we were looking at something else. I almost went and looked at it, but glad I didn't, because here it is. Well, I might look at this though. Let's see. Let's translate this. This is obviously that same company where you see the little ball you get. Ken Elephant release items. I think I've heard of this guy before, Ken Elephant. There's a virus that turns people into junk food zombies. I think I've seen this style of food figure before from this company. These are really cool ones though. There's two burgers. Where the main difference is like the eye color and the clothes and skin color. Two fries. And two chicken chicken leg guys. Like regular and spicy maybe. This has a new character by Artist Human Robot. A burger for a head. A junk food zombie has arrived. So maybe it's not Ken Elephant. Maybe it's Human Robot, or maybe those two things are related. Either way, this is a very cool series. I like. It's another food win. Another way for me to prove that I do like food toys, even though I've rejected a lot of them on this show. I'm gonna put this on the list. I know I just said I'm not gonna put stuff on the list as much, but here I am, putting things on the list. I even put some that I probably will never get, like the cats and the wee baby, but I do kind of like them, so there they go. So maybe I would. Yeah, pretty cool. Let's take a look at this, which I just saw on the fly. X-Ray Light Gacha series. Ooh, very weird. Very weird that it shows broken bones. Ooh, that's painful to look at. And I wonder if you get one of these light boxes with every one. If so, this might be another cool one to have just one of. It's weird, and I think a mistake that they left the cats. It's sort of like a real cat face, not an X-ray face, and a real bunny face, not an X-ray bunny face. I think that was a mistake. Like, it'd be cool if it was a bunny skull here and a cat skull here. These breaks are bad. Whoa, that's bad. Let's translate this just for fun. Turn on the light to see through the X-rays. There's a magnet, so you can hang this up on your cubicle. Okay, each set is a unit with battery and two films. Pretty good deal. Very weird product, but kind of cool. I'm not going to put it on the list though. Although, you know what I want to do? I'm going to turn the feed off and look at the brand. And this time I'm going to tell you that the brand is Catan Club. They have a lot of cat stuff, I'm going to tell you. Yeah, let's turn the feed back on. They have cat mummies. Those are actually kind of cool. Let's take a closer look at them. They got a whole bunch of cat things. Cats and fruit. Cats with shrimp. Cats with shrimp, but it's keychains. Grateful Dead, bunnies. Yawning cat. High heels. Kirby stuff. Kind of cool. I've been thinking about Kirby a little bit because my son has a Game Boy and it plays. It's a toy Game Boy by some legit company like Fisher Price or something, and it plays music and it plays literal video game music. Like it plays the Kirby theme, a Zelda theme, and it seems like and Mario, and seems like they might be slightly off, or they might actually be the actual music, which is crazy that a Fisher Price or someone would do that. Kirby one sounds really legit. But I'm not that into Kirby. These are kind of cool. There's kind of like the colors, and the weathering on that is great. This actually says something. Nyankan? The cat is alive inside though, which is weird. Yeah, the weathering on them is awesome. They look pretty cool. I don't know if I'd mess with this though, because it's so reminiscent of actual Egyptian religion, which I'd not want to mess with. Because they were into cats. But I know it's just cute and dumb, but they're very cool. The weathering is very cool. Like that is great. Great color too. Anyway. Where are we? Monocular Bat Ivy Gotcha Series pre-order. These are kind of cool, very monstrous, kind of scary. Maybe even too scary for my collection. I don't know. Kind of goofy though, too, obviously. Let's translate. Doing a ton of translating tonight. This is a clear body one, that's cool. Warning, false. Yeah, watch out for that. Dark Pop Fantasy by Kagamaru Designs. Original character. Love that it's an original character. I don't like IPs that much. Oh, it's got like an earring. Pierced ear. I wonder what's behind it, if that pierced earring leads to something that's along the back of the head or something. They're pretty cool. This one's pretty striking, the black and pink. The clear one's cool. The black and orange is pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to put them on my list though, but they're kind of cool. Alright, last item. We always take a look at McNoise Toys to see if anything new is going on there as our last item. This is one of my favorite toy makers. I was talking earlier about the big figures. These guys make really big figures. I have one of them. Actually peeked at this earlier and there's nothing new. We looked at this Black Ace Mark II Gundam version last week and talked about how disappointing it is that it's a Gundam, because like I said, I don't like the IP. I like the original in general. So that's it for tonight. We'll see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.